Hello, and welcome back to my office. Today's topic is all about elite meals for power. And you could think about it in the sense of when you feel like a powerful person in the world, what does that feel like for you? Is it how your body operates? Is it how your mind operates? Is it how you feel with ease of breath? Is it that when you have a meal, it gives you the fuel you need to work out harder, feel like powerful, you know? These are the kind of thoughts I invite you to take on when choosing meals, but we will go through some strategies and ideas of meals and patterns and habits and routines of elite athletes, corporate business people, families who enjoy having lots of energy and feeling powerful. Okay, because as we know, when it comes to what we put into our bodies, each meal has the ability to have nutrients that either energize us or drain our energy. And what we want to do is be more aligned with energizing meals and routines, especially when it comes to our diet. Yes, exercise plays a huge role. And so, welcome, stick around if that's a topic that you find interesting and you want to learn more about. Okay, so where is everyone eating? What sort of restaurants? We have these conversations in my office, whether virtual or in person, as to what restaurants you're choosing or where you're ordering food from for home delivery, or even if you're on an app or eating out. There are just certain choices that you choose based on a result. Yes, flavor does have a large component because you want to have a delicious meal. But you also want to choose something that's going to work in your digestive favor, feels good in your stomach, and gives you the mental clarity you want or need to perform your next task. Or even if you are in public speaking, or even if you're a parent at home and you have energy demands with your family and your kids, these are all components to consider when choosing food. Okay, so let's talk about lunch just to start. Because for the elites, lunch is not casual. It's strategic. Billionaires, top investors, and high performers don't eat for indulgence in the middle of the day. They eat for clarity, stamina, and precision, right? So where do we eat? Quiet places, private members clubs, discreet hotel dining rooms, wellness resorts, spaces with low noise and low distraction, high ingredient integrity. And you might want to think, well, why? Because usually at these high levels, mealtime is a very peaceful, calm time. We do not like chaos. We do not like drama. We like calm, serene, private. And that's also a benefit for mindful digestion, which works really good with how we absorb the nutrients into our bodies. All right, so what's on the plate? Not excess, not heavy carbs, not sugar crashes. Power lunches are built around clean proteins, polyphenol-rich vegetables, healthy fats, and low glycemic carbohydrates. Think wild caught fish. I love salmon. Salmon is on a lot of menus that you'll see. Cod is a lovely fish as well. Those are some of the highest in the omega-3 profile. Many menus have like mahi-mahi, snapper. Those are all really good local fishes. It's nice to think about what is the catch of the day. The trick here is most of the time you want to also choose the grilled option because the method of preparation is also a key component to having this outcome that is desired, right? Clarity, stamina, precision. Lentils. Lentils are really high in fiber. And when you consume foods that are high in fiber, that helps to act like a broom sweeping through your arteries, clearing out debris of arterial plaque buildup. Arterial plaque buildup is plaque that is in your blood vessels and arteries that slows down the process of blood moving efficiently through to your heart and in your circulation. Basically, you want to eat more fiber because it sweeps out the plaque buildup and therefore keeps healthy arteries so that you have healthy blood flowing through your intravenous system. Your greens are so important. Greens and all vegetables, really, but greens are good for like glowing. If you're into glowing, if you have low iron, you really want to have a lot more greens in your diet. I love spinach, pak choy. I recommend that. Broccoli is a superfood, really rich in antioxidants. Salads, always a great idea. Sometimes I look at a menu. You might be like this also. I look at a menu and I'm like, what should I order? Should I order the salad? Or should I order like avocado toast? Or should I order mushroom toast? Or should I order eggs? Or should I order chicken? Or should I order a meal? And then I choose a salad and then I think, wow, after you eat a salad, you just feel good. And you're like, thank God I ordered the salad. So sometimes on a menu, it could be challenging to navigate, especially if you're a busy professional and you're on the fly all the time. You don't want to have to like spend time making decisions, draining your decision fatigue on what to eat aligned with your goals. So as a nutritionist, I can help you trigger your brain into a good idea, which might be try the salads. And usually you just feel good after. And if you go to the beach after, or you are going for a walk, or you're going to play golf in the afternoon, your body will thank you more so than if you had like a heavier lunch. Try it out and see. If it's not the case, let me know, but try it out and see how you feel with that. When looking at menus, looking at the sides to think, well, definitely order extra size of vegetables. When you see that on the menu, prioritize ordering the vegetable sides before like the fries and the other carby sides. What we like to say now is that if you think of your plate and the mains of your plate today in 2026 are the vegetables. So the vegetables are the star of the show. Then you get your protein and then you get your complex carbohydrate. And with that mindset and that strategy, you will be doing your body favors in helping you to have more energy, clarity, and stamina. Olive oil. Olive oil is one of those ingredients that we have learned a lot about, and we continue to recommend it as nutritionists because it is an ingredient that has healthy fats that are good and healthy for the brain and cognitive function. It has been shown to have an anti-inflammatory effect, which means it's good for your joints and overall your human body. Herbs are sometimes underlooked, but they pack a really strong nutrient punch, like parsley, for example. It's extremely detoxifying for heavy metals that might have been accumulated in the body. And when it comes to berries, we know that berries are very high in antioxidants, and those are always lovely as toppings, desserts, treats, mornings, smoothies. Really, really good. We love berries. Meals that stabilize blood sugar and support decision making are where it's at. So that's how we navigate menus. We think, well, is this gonna give me energy after? Am I gonna feel thin or fit or healthy? Or am I going to feel sluggish, lethargic, need a nap? And in some circumstances, it might be okay to feel that full feeling if you're gonna rest. But if you are going to be needing to move around, it might be uncomfortable to eat such a heavy plate of food. Therefore, it's a good idea to consider prioritizing portions as well. Here is where wellness tech, though, changes everything. Elite nutrition today is no longer based on trends, it's based on data. Biometric meal planning now allows us through apps to analyze our blood glucose, heart rate variability, sleep, stress, and recovery. Then personalize meals accordingly. And I love that because every human can benefit from that. And that's, I feel, where the tech focus really is a strong path to continue because humans would love that. Like, who doesn't want to know on an app how your systems are running and to tell you, eat this now, eat that, that's going to help your body have the better fuel to run more efficiently. Like, who wouldn't want that, right? And we also are aware that the same lunch that can energize one person can drain another. So at My Green Balance, this is the future of elite living. Food is fuel, simplicity, luxury. Personalization is power. And the real question isn't where did you have lunch? It is how well did you perform after? That is the key takeaway today. For the world's highest performers, whether executives, public figures, celebrities, Olympic athletes, super moms, people who are performing at the highest levels, I guess astronauts, CEOs, founders of companies and organizations, owners of the conglomerates, lunch is not a break. It is a strategic intervention. While mainstream culture treats midday meals as an afterthought or indulgence, elite leaders, investors, creatives, and athletes view lunch as a precision tool. Now, this is a message to hit home because this is facts. Whether you're listening for yourself or for your offspring or for your spouse or for your grandchildren, this message is a great conversation to have within your community. The goal is not fullness, it's clarity, stamina, metabolic balance, and sustained decision-making power. At My Green Balance, we study not just what the elite eat, but why. Why do they eat it? Where do we eat it? And how technology is redefining nourishment for peak performance. For example, in Barbados, when I lived there for a few years, there are certain cafes, restaurants that I would only purchase from because every time I went to make that purchase, I felt like I got a good return on my investment, whether I had more energy to excel through a task and get excited. It made me happy. And I would become a regular customer at those locations because I knew what I was going for. And I know that when I find something I like and I know how it makes me feel, I will continue to buy it time and time again. And this is how the elite high performing world operates. The favorites that I enjoy that you might want to look at your next menu include grilled fish tacos, sushi, like not fried without any cream cheese, nigiris basically style, Singapore noodles if you are getting Asian with like broccoli as a side, grilled chicken, always a good idea, super simple grilled fish with squash, breakfast smoothies, juices. Sometimes I would find like a burger, but I would do it as a lettuce burger or a bunless burger, or if they were gluten-free breads, I would do a burger. And from time to time, if my body was craving that iron, and then obviously salads. We always go for the salads and gluten-free pizza, especially when you find like a gluten-free vegan pizza. Those were really good. I really enjoyed those, like the stone oven ones. Poke bowls, tuna tartar, fish catch of the day, sweet potato fries, cassava fries, juices on menus like cold pressed juice, like beetroot juice, celery juice. Those juices are always really good. And then iced coffee. Those are the main ones. And you can always find something simple and enjoyable and make it a routine. So every time you want to purchase a meal out, you know exactly what you're going for and how it makes you feel. So you end up making decisions for a specific feeling or emotional outcome. All right, the quiet power spaces our preferred environments, and we share three traits on it: low cognitive load, it's calm, discreet, a controlled atmosphere, the ingredient integrity, you know where a lot of the ingredients are sourced, they have gluten-free options on their menus. If you do feel for a plant-based option, you can trust that they know what the word vegan is. They have almond milk on their menus. The worst thing is to go into a cafe or a restaurant and they do not have almond milk on a menu. And you want traceable sourcing, seasonal produce, minimal processing, customization, chefs who adapt meals to physiology, not just preference alone. Think private members clubs in London, New York, hotel dining rooms in Zurich, wellness resorts in Barbados, and invitation-only kitchens in Tokyo. Places where the menu is flexible and the conversation is strategic. These lunches are often consumed slowly, without screens, and designed to support the second half of the day, not sabotage it. What's on the plate? Nutrient dense, not excessive. Elite power lunches are defined by nutrient density, not just calories. Even though you want to observe the calories because every human does have a certain energy requirement per day that you really don't want to go over in energy unless you plan on gaining extra muscle mass or building. So you actually do want to understand nutrient density relative to the calories. Common patterns do include clean proteins, wild fish, pasture-raised eggs, organic or grass-fed poultry, plant-based ferments like sauerkraut, Polyphon polyphenol-rich vegetables, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, herbs, and berries, smart fats, olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, omega-rich dressings, low glycemic carbohydrates like quinoa, lentils, sweet potato, or fermented grains are always going to be sustainable, great choices. And you know, you can trust that they're filling, they have good fiber, and they're consistent. A typical power lunch might look like grilled wild salmon with bitter greens or just like spinach. I wouldn't say bitter greens. Like, I'm personally not a kale fan. I know a lot of people are. I would juice it in a juice, but I'm not into it. If you consider broccoli a bitter green, usually broccoli is a nice pairing with grilled wild salmon, olive oil, and lemon. I like sauteed spinach as a side also, and mushrooms with salmon. Lentil and herb salad with roasted vegetables and tahini. Pasture-raised eggs with sauteed greens and avocado. This reminds me of like a tuna niswa, which you'll see on a lot of menus. They usually have like eggs with, is it about, because unless that's a breakfast item, that could be like omelette style or poached eggs in eggs Benedict, or I would even recommend more eggs royale with the smoked salmon and the spinach more so than the eggs Benedict, which is the bacon part. And a small portion of berries or citrus to finish. Never heavy on desserts, but if you see like a vegan ice cream, that's usually nice. Or mint tea is what I recommend as a dessert. And I guess from time to time, if you see some other dessert that you're accustomed to, you might do that, but definitely in light, small portions. The objective is stable blood sugar, mental sharpness, and lightness, not lethargy, not brain fog. The wellness tech shift from guesswork to biometric precision is what truly separates elite nutrition today. And it's not just access to better food, it is indeed access to better data. And with better data, you know you can trust that that will help you make better decisions because the more data you have, the easier your decision-making process. That's why we love data because we love to know, well, what are the numbers saying? What are the facts? What are the data? Talk to me, data. Talk data to me. I love that as a term. Talk data to me. Love data. And then you can say, okay, well, what do I want to do with this data? Do I want to make XYZ decision about it? Do I, the more data, the better. Advanced meal planning apps and wellness platforms now integrate biometric inputs such as blood glucose response, heart rate variability, sleep quality and recovery data, stress and cortisol indicators, hormonal and metabolic patterns. These systems analyze how your body responds to specific foods at different times of the day. And you'd be surprised that different body types actually have energy bursts at different times of the day. A meal that fuels one executive reiteration on that may drain another. So you want to be mindful and learn. You don't always have to eat the same thing at a restaurant if you want to have good energy, because again, that exact point, you may want to learn more about your personalization to make sure that you're fueling your body at the best combination of ingredients to perform at your best. That's why personalization is very interesting. And similarly, people think, well, do I have to work out in the morning or lunchtime or in the evening? And again, different body types have different styles of exercise where bodies have energetic bursts at different times, which is totally okay. And you want to learn your own rhythm and system so that you know how to program your body and your wellness to operate at those levels. Sleep quality, recovery data, stress and cortisol indicators will give you information on stress and rest and how you can adapt with that, because we are aware that sleep that is a healthy amount has the ability to have anti-aging protective components. Hormonal and metabolic patterns are important, again, as well, to plan your meals and potential cravings. You always want to hack your hormones so that you're one step ahead of how your hormones will be functioning and operating. These systems analyze how your body responds to specific foods at specific times of the day. A meal that fuels one executive may drain another. And this is exactly why, whether you're at level 1 with your weight loss or you feel like you have reached a level of your weight where you're comfortable and you want to take it to the next level, Elite Wellness is moving away from generic diets and more towards biometric personalization, where you can work with a coach who has technology that they can put you onto to build more personalized meal plans and exercise plans, which helps you learn your biometric data better as well, so that you could get better recommendations. Where lunch is designed to complement circadian rhythm, workload intensity, and cognitive demand. These are all important components. Mind Green Balance was created for high performance living, and it is all about choosing the right fuel for you. At My Green Balance, power lunches are part of a broader philosophy. Food is a performance lever. Simplicity is a form of luxury. Personalization is non-negotiable. Our members understand that true wealth is not measured in excess, but in energy consistency, mental clarity, and longevity. The future of elite dining is not about where you are seen eating, it's how well you function after. All right. So that was a great chat. I really liked that conversation. I'm glad that I found that information to share with you today, because it is insightful. And especially if you're an executive who's always traveling, and whether you eat with the whole airports or in lounges, or on if you're in jets or you're private catering or you're in first class, you're usually getting something pretty healthy to a degree. Yeah, again, pretty steamed vegetables, grilled meals. So that's pretty good to go. It's just staying consistent on that and minimizing more so like the processed snacks and sweets and that sort of stuff. So I recommend opting for like an alkaline water or hydrogen water, keeping hydrated while you travel. Some first class lounges have green juice stations where you can like get fresh pressed green juices, which is so good. I love when they have those ones. And to really prioritize even drinking kombuchas, water kefirs, to ensure your immune system is getting a good boost also. All right, so this was a great chat, and I will see you in the next episode for the next topic. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you find this is valuable, if your friends might like it, your family might like it, and leave a comment if you have any notes that you would like to leave. You can also buy my book on Amazon, Tropical Wellness Secrets for Recipes that you can make at home if you want to save a little more money on eating out, or you like eating at home and you like home cooked food. Then you might love my recipes from my book that have been designed for simple, luxury elite meals that are so simple and so easy to make, and they keep you lean for life. Because who doesn't want to be slim for life? Okay, well, they're slim and they're strong, but the meals work for both of those goals, which is great. All right, bye.